It's time once again for my 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricinfo, the second T20I between England and Australia after what was a bizarre and dramatic first game. Highly entertaining. Let's see if any changes are suggested by Brad Hodge to our fantasy team. Right then, Hodge, before I move towards the team, just a thought on the way Australia went down in slightly bizarre fashion. Any changes that we could possibly expect in the middle order, given what we saw in Southampton in the first T20I?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, isn't it? I think Australia got a couple of concerns in that middle order. I mean, we've seen leading into this, tournament that they have been short of cricket, so people have still been able to find their feet. So I think that they will stick with the same 11. I don't think you'll find any changes. Maybe a shuffle in the order. Maybe Stoinis might go up to number 3 and Steve Smith to number 4. But other than that, we do have a lot of top order players batting in that middle order, and we have made that mistake previously. So it's something we'll have to look at not only for this series, but also for the rest of the our T20 outlook going forward in the future.
All right, let's move to our team then. Before that, a quick reminder on the My 11 Circle Fantasy app, 100 credits for every user to build their fantasy team. 4 categories of players to choose from: batsmen, bowlers, wicket keepers and all-rounders. Every player's individual credit value is listed on the app. You can pick a maximum of 7 players from one team in any contest. And you've got 4 substitutes additionally as well, which will help you pick 2. Let's move to our top recommendations then. Among our top picks, David Warner is captain. 105 50s, nearly 500 runs at an average of over 118, and that strike rate touching 140. These are Warner's numbers in his last 10 T20Is. The break seems to have made little difference to Australia's talisman at the top of the order. Vice captain is going to be David Malan. He's yet to cement his place in England's T20I side, but a man-of-the-match performance in that first T20I tells you that he's a man in form, and among those who've scored at least 500 T20I runs, no one averages more than Malan. So just have a look at a man in form and go for him as vice-captain. Captains give you double the points, vice-captain 1.5 times the points. Joss Buttler and Aaron Finch round up our top picks. You can't really ignore Joss Buttler, kind of player that he is. Remember that 29 ball 44 in the first game, and at Southampton where this series is being played, Buttler has 144 runs from 3 innings at a strike rate of over 150. Aaron Finch is there as well. He's probably one of the more underrated T20I batsmen. All the focus tends to be on David Warner, but he is the only player to have 2 scores in excess of 150 in the format, and also has 156 against England at this very venue. Good start to the series as well, 46 of 32 in the first game, so Aaron Finch definitely among our top picks. Quick reminder, captain David Warner, vice-captain David Malan, and Joss Buttler and Aaron Finch in our top picks. Thoughts on that, Hodgie?
Johnny Bairstow at the top as well. I think he's got some serious form in T20 cricket over the last few years, so he might be a little bit of a smoky. But all in all, those 4 players that you mentioned there are in pretty good shape. All look like they haven't missed a beat throughout the winter season, with Warner and Finch firing at the top. David Malan was pretty impressive and has actually had a really good run of T20 form over the last couple of years himself. So yeah, it's hard to not go against those 4 players at all.
Let's go to some value picks then. Glenn Maxwell regularly features when it comes to our value picks, and you could give him a little bit of flack for getting out on the last ball of Adil Rashid's spell, but that's just how Glenn Maxwell is. On his day though, we know how destructive he can be. He also is a pretty handy bowling option, so he can get you some extra points with ball in hand. 2 for 14 from his 3 overs in that first game. Owen Morgan's there as well. He was our captain choice last time round. He's in our value picks this time, but if we're done with just drooling over the top orders of both sides, then Owen Morgan is only just to follow. We look at a man who's been in good form in the series against Pakistan. Not a big score in the first game, but don't leave him out of your calculations. Owen Morgan and Glenn Maxwell among our value picks. Quick look at our whole team. Joss Buttler and Johnny Bairstow, both keeper options. Owen Morgan, David Warner is our captain choice. Aaron Finch, Stephen Smith and David Malan is our vice-captain choice. Glenn Maxwell is an all-rounder. Kane Richardson, Adil Rashid and Jofra Archer. Our recommended substitutes for this game: Tom Banton, Moeen Ali, Pat Cummins and Mitchell Starc. Hodgie, thoughts on that? Happy with our choice of teams and substitutions? Any other recommendations you'd like to throw in?
Yeah, there's a couple to keep in mind for the substitutes. I think Jordan was pretty impressive in that first game, as well as Kane Richardson. So, yeah, they're guys with a couple of pretty good variations in the artillery. But all in all, you've picked a pretty good 11 with some red hot players there. I like Tom Banton as well, even though he's batting out of order, probably through the absence of Ben Stokes. We might see him at the top as well, trying to fire up that England side. So keep an eye on those couple of players.
Brad Hodge, thank you very much. Keep them coming as My 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPN Cricinfo continues to help you build your fantasy team for this England-Australia series.